There was a hiker that disappeared out here and was never found. Some even speculate that he might have been looking for the same plane that we are, which is doubly creepy. Hey everybody, Syntax 77 here. It is mid-March and I am back in West Virginia. I'm in the Cranberry Wilderness at the big beachy trailhead. A little bit of snow on the ground, but nothing that Jeep couldn't handle. I got Frank with me.
What's up, yo?
Frank is back. We're gonna head into the woods. Just a 2-day trip, one night. And to spice things up, we're doing a little search for a plane crash on this trip, which I've done before in other videos. But this particular one is probably the most, I'd say, off the beaten path and least visited for sure of the plane crashes. The other ones I've went to are pretty well known and you can find a lot of information online about them, but this one not so much. So we're going to take this a little bit of a road hike here, and then we're going to hit the trailhead. We're going to go in about 4 miles, minimal elevation gain, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we got the giant packs, we got some hammocks, some good food, and when we get about 4 miles in, well, we're going to start bushwhacking. I got some GPS coordinates and we'll get into all that as we go. But right now the weather is in the 40s. It's great. It might dip into the 20s tonight, or maybe I'd say low 30s, but it's relatively warm. A little flowing water, but unfortunately, once again, I always do this to Frank. Well, I always pick trips where there's no reliable water, so we're packing all our water in. Got a gallon apiece, and got everything we need. It's nice in here, though. Little pine tree vibe. We'll always like Cranberry Wilderness. Oh, looks like we got a trailhead board right up ahead here. Let's check that out. And they actually still have this notice up. And I remember this my first trip to Cranberry Wilderness in like 2014 or so. There was a hiker that disappeared out here and was never found. He was about 60 years old, retired SF, Army colonel, survival experience, went on a solo hike, never came back. And he left from the same trail that we're about to do. So that just adds to the creepiness a little bit. Some even speculate that he might have been looking for the same plane that we are, which is doubly creepy. The plane we're looking for is a Cessna 414. It crashed in 1995. It was just the pilot on board. He was returning. He dropped off a passenger and he was leaving from Braxton County Regional Airport towards Lynchburg, Virginia. And unfortunately, it was foggy conditions. And he hit the top of this mountain that we're on here. And it took 11 years to find the plane. Somebody finally spotted it from the air and hiked in like we did. They spent the night and they found it. But they never found the pilot. So both of those guys are out there somewhere, I guess. But anyway, on a more positive note, welcome to the Cranberry Wilderness. And the sign's still up, just in case like you find like a random tent in the woods, like let them know. I mean, if he really did disappear out here hiking, it's so dense. If he left the trail, he could have a tent that set up. I mean, it would be destroyed by now, but he could have had a tent set up 100 feet off the trail and you wouldn't have seen him. And there's hundreds of miles of trails out here.
Shouldn't be huffing and puffing this much already.
No.
Jeez.
We're off to a good start. We're out of breath after 2 feet.
Joined the gym for no reason.
And we almost missed the trail. No trail marker at all. Looked like it went straight, but it actually checked my GPS and we were supposed to go right. And this is Big Beachy Trail. Not super maintained, apparently. Let's go around this. This pack is too big for that. Whoop. It's sloppy. Okay. Now it is a wilderness area, so that's going to mean there's less maintenance, less trail markers, if at all.
No trail markers.
No trail markers, really. Yeah, just better know where you're going. Almost all the places I hike, usually comfortable, like if the group splits up or something. Like, hey, yeah, if you go ahead, I'll catch up. I wouldn't do that around here. Not in Cranberry.
The backstories.
There's a lot of, there's a decent amount of intersecting trails that are just not marked, and you could easily take the wrong one. The wrong one. Man, it is quiet out here and mossy. The voices carry pretty good though. And if you're wondering why Frank is in the distance, we had our first casualty, a water bottle. He's got this budget backpack, which for 30 bucks or whatever, I do recommend if you don't know if you're going to be into backpacking. But one of its downfalls is these tiny shallow pockets. And his Nalgene must have popped off. We're only like a quarter mile in. And luckily we just stopped because I wanted to take this fleece off from heating up. And he noticed it wasn't there, so he's backtracking. Which is ironic because I just talked about not separating. Can you hear me? All right, cool. I was just saying it's kind of ironic. I just said we shouldn't separate. It's all right. We got auditory contact. Oh. All right. Well, let's hope he gets this water because we need it. That's for sure. He's been gone a while. Not too long. I guess it just feels like a while. Just standing out here in the silence. Should have went with him, but irrationally I just pictured some bear coming along and ripping apart our packs while we're off looking for a liter of water and coming back to, I don't know, probably very improbable. But yeah, we're off to a creepy start. Great. He must have went far, so might as well go meet him. You hear me? Thought I heard him. Whoa. You got it?
What an idiot.
Where was it? Way back there.
On the road.
Wait, you went all the way back? Okay. Well, take your time. You'll kill yourself.
I thought I was going crazy. If I didn't drop it, that would be such a waste.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was looking at it. It looks like you can use one of those straps to put through this and buckle it. That'll save us in the future.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. We're off
I
to a
know
good
what
start.
happened eventually.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back on it. We're into some snow. Mud and snow. Kind of cool with the bright green and the white though. We're back at it, in and out of the snow. So we'll see when we do this bushwhack. The bushwhack when we leave the trail is going to be about 0.2 to 0.3, let's call it a quarter mile. Doesn't sound like much, but I mean, take a look outside of this trail right here. So it really depends how dense it is, and just about everything's dense around here when we get there. So hopefully it's an area that gets some sun and doesn't have snow added into the bushwhack, but we'll see. As I get a stick up my rear end. There we go. Obstacle course. So we're on Big Beachy Trail now, and eventually we're going to hook up with the District Line Trail, and that is the closest trail to the plane crash. And I got the coordinates from the actual NTSB official report. That had GPS coordinates, not of the plane itself, but the initial impact. And then they gave some notes on kind of the path, debris path and whatnot. Big Beachy, that's us. Continues that way.
It is crazy quiet.
Yeah, it is. Eerily quiet. And has been the whole time. There were birds in the beginning, but they are gone now. So, a little snack. And that's us. District Line Trail. You know, this will be our last real trail, I guess, for a mile or so. And then, you know, ideally, I'll leave the trail so we can hit the GPS coordinates I was talking about. But honestly, it's so dense around here, but it varies. Like sometimes it's like open like it is over there. So we may pick where we go into the woods just based on where it looks the most accessible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to press ahead on the district line. And the snow kind of comes and goes. Sometimes it's boot deep. Sometimes it's not here at all.
More Yodi scat.
Yeah, some coyote scat. Yeah, we've seen a decent amount of that. District Line Trail, a little less obvious to follow, but there has been some pink tape hanging up and occasional blue markers that look like they're from 1962. Let's see here. Half mile from the actual plane if we left the trail from here, but if we keep going we can shorten that to a quarter mile work. The trail kind of right here, it does a dip. See, like that curve?
Okay.
So the actual trail will get us a lot closer if we probably enter around there.
Cool, man.
And if we can find a real campsite along the trail in there,
Yep.
we could drop our packs and make things a lot easier on ourselves.
Yep.
Whew. The trail itself is getting pretty dense. Lots of pine needles down the back of our shirt collars in the last half hour. But we're getting there. So it's about 12:30. Weather's been nice. There's no snow in this particular area. I hope it stays that way. We're back to that mossy vibe from the beginning of the trip. We should find a home soon, hopefully.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, I think we found about as open as it's going to get around here.
Shoulders are screaming.
At this point, we're about a quarter mile from the crash site. We can start bushwhacking from anywhere really in this general area. So we're going to drop our packs, kind of claim this, and then we'll go packless. Maybe I'll take my little fanny pack looking thing off of this, and we'll go in there light so it'll be easier because I think it's going to be pretty dense. Oh man. Ooh.
Yeah, that's serious.
I like that the sun is blazing down on this too. Feels good.
Spot.
This is the spot. All right, we're doing it.
Yep.
District Line Trail, making a home.
Start with our remodel.
Yeah. Nice. And it's 12:43. It's not even our 1 o'clock target yet.
Wow.
Nice. All right.
I think this is it.
This is it. Now it says 0.17 miles.
Go for it.
All right. straight ahead, I guess.
Rock and roll.
And we'll just keep periodically checking the GPS to make sure we're on point. I have my phone as backup GPS. And obviously we have the campsite we just left tagged. And we're at around 4,200 feet right now. Plane impacted around 4,000 feet. So we're going downhill maybe 300 feet max. And then of course we'll be going uphill to get out. We'll see if it gets more dense as we go. Obviously we're gonna have to navigate around as we go. Just have to keep in mind to alternate how I go around stuff. If you keep going around stuff to the right, guess what? You go in a circle.
Yeah.
I forget what it is. I was reading a survival thing one time and it said that humans in general tend to, if they're faced with going around an obstacle,
Go to the right.
they go to the right. So most people who are lost end up going in circles.
Good choice.
Right now we're going to the right. So the next obstacle will go to the left. Yeah, it's not too dense in here right now. Like this? No, like it may change, but this ain't bad.
It looks like where we have to go is a little bit worse, but
Yeah,
we'll show you out of the sun.
it is. I know we didn't bring jackets or anything because we were like, it feels great. But now that we're in the pines,
Dropped about 10 degrees.
it dropped a good 10 degrees. It's so much better without a pack on though.
Yeah, it's kind of
We check, see how far off we are. We're heading towards it in general. We need to go a little right. Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah. Some snow over there. All right, so this says we're on top of it, like real close, but you gotta keep in mind this GPS point I created myself based on the fact that it's 500 feet from where we know that it initially hit. So if we don't see it around here, we're just gonna go towards where the initial hit was. Look for tree damage, which apparently is quite apparent, and we'll backtrack from there. Needle in a haystack. I mean, 11 years to find this thing.
Yeah.
And it was only because that one dude was basically made it his mission to find it. And
Was the sun?
no, it was just some local guy that was obsessed with flying over occasionally and looking for it. And it sounds like something out of a movie, but apparently the day he found it, I think it was his wife he told. He was like, this is it. I'm giving it one more shot. And I'm finding this thing today.
Huh.
And he saw it from the air and then came back. It is getting a little denser. A lot of saplings in here. All right, Frank and I split up a little bit, just 25, 30 yards apart, get our eyeballs spread out. And he was following what he thought was tree damage, broken trees. Now you gotta keep in mind it's been 30 years, but he was following that. This is definitely tougher than I expected, but he just told me to come over, so. Where's your voice? Oh, you're right there.
Here, yeah.
You got a little evidence?
Could be an obstacle leaving. Something just looks abnormal.
Oh wow, that's instant brush. Oh, is
I
that
don't know what
snow
that
or is that a wing?
I don't know.
Well, we gotta look.
Lead the way.
Oh, I see it I feel like I see a piece of metal, Frank.
I do. I do indeed. And I think down to your right, we might find what we're looking for.
Oh, I see some stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah, the GPS coordinates might be a little off, Frank, because this is a little right of what...
Some metal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all over, man.
You touched it.
I touched it. It's like a piece of engine.
Oh, I think that's it right here.
Wow, it's all over the place, man.
The whole thing's right there.
All right.
Right through that brush.
Continental. Exhaust. Look at this, man. Sensor.
That obviously didn't work. Down your plane.
Yeah.
There's a wheel.
Some more pieces over there.
There you go straight.
Oh boy.
Go right into the cockpit.
Oh boy. Seeing anything man-made out here is weird. Seeing something tragic is
A lot worse.
just odd. I'm gonna go right around here. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was traveling from there and hit here. So this is cockpit. But where's the nose of it, man? Probably came off when it came through the trees. The nose is gone. Like nowhere to be seen.
Well, the other half is over here.
And just the fact that there's pieces of engine all the way up there is...
Yeah, come down here real quick.
All right, I'll come that way. You found it, Frank. I was trusting technology too much. You went with your gut. You came right in on it.
We got these. There's a propeller.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Damn. Landing gear. Landing gear popped out. I mean, I know he wasn't on approach. Jeez.
Got a propeller.
This is not to be morbid, dude, but this thing is wrecked. Like, that's a fast impact.
Look at all this. I mean, there's your tree damage at best.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to assume in a good way that it was
There's your propeller.
quick for this guy. Oh, geez. So the Cessna 414 was a twin engine, so 2 propeller plane. Yeah. So that's one of them. It's got stickers on it still. Macaulay, serviced by Aircraft Specialist Inc. This has been sitting here for 25 plus years.
Oh, there's shit everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it really came apart, man. The other propeller's over there. This is the tail. The other landing gear's right here, dude.
Really?
Landing gear is like 30 yards apart. You know, I said the nose was missing, but part of it's right here, man.
There's some down here too.
So the nose came off on initial impact, I guess, and the plane was just going so fast. The fuselage kept going.
Definitely not like noticeable tree damage.
Actually, since they found it, it's been what, 10, 15, no, it's been 15 years since they found it. It was missing for 11, 15 years since they found it. So I guess back 15 years ago, they could actually see tree damage, but dude, we probably walked by this stuff like 3 times.
Yep.
I mean, this is a massive debris field, 500 feet long.
Everywhere, man.
Yeah. So that's probably about 500 feet.
Yeah, it's probably spot on.
Oh, and look, Frank, well, I mean, that's an old tree and it's busted off the top, and so is that one, and that's about the width of the wingspan probably.
Right.
So it might have came in right here.
I'm thinking this is impact zone.
Yeah. Which if I look at
Metal down here, there's metal here. Definitely got pretty chunked up at this point. And then shot right up.
well, we'll go back up towards the fuselage. Give that another look around. It's about 2:45, so we spent some time looking for this. And that's with supposed GPS coordinates. I do have to give a thanks. It was a viewer of mine who actually put me onto this, sent me a blog post. I believe it was his. It's the only documentation online I can find of anybody else coming here. I'm sure other people have, but as far as online goes, that's all I could find was his page. I'll link it in my description. It definitely came from down the hill. There's no other physical way about it. But look, somebody wrote middle on that, maybe an investigator.
Maybe, yeah.
But this is not the front of the plane. I mean, look at the
Seats are facing
look at the
down.
seats. So this may have spun around in a circle and landed backwards, because this is the back of the plane. I mean,
Came right through this opening. I don't know.
it's, I mean, God knows the physics that were at play. But that's a toilet. That's the back of the plane. Seat rests are facing forward. Middle.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's got moss growing on it. Wonder if there's any other stuff written on it. It's crazy. But yeah, that confused me because it's facing uphill, but wow.
That's weird. Crazy.
Yeah. Don't know what else to say. I mean, we found it. And I think that pilot is, you know, long gone, obviously, but physically too. Yeah. I'm not going to poke and prod anymore. That, we found it. So, we're going to start heading back up the hill. And late lunch, we got canned food because we couldn't bring our own water. So Frank actually brought some backpacking meals. I brought just some canned food, and we got some quesadillas. And we're just gonna head back up the mountain. I guess follow the debris path out. Why not? It should lead us to camp. And yeah. Then we'll actually set camp up, I guess.
Start the fireplace.
Start that fire. I see a blue pack. Ugh. A lot easier to find camp than it was that plane. God. I'm hot.
Woo.
Damn.
Oh boy. Yep.
Okay.
There's a lot of uphill.
Frank already collected some firewood earlier. Good little start. Awesome. We got the old handsaw. You know, expensive backpacking equipment. Does the job just fine. But honestly, around here, we were talking earlier, we don't even need that saw. There's a lot of stuff here because people just don't camp here. But because we have the saw, I think our goal is to burn through this whole down tree tonight. That'll be our fuel source.
Not the bigger one.
No, not the bigger one, but this guy right here. That'll be our fuel source.
Perfect.
It's 3:11.
Huh.
Hey now.
Yesterday was 3:11 day.
So
Now.
we're gonna make a late lunch, and then I think Frank's gonna mess with the fire. I'm gonna set the hammocks up. I'm tired. I might sit down for 30 seconds. Oh, that might be dangerous.
That's true.
But I'm feeling pretty good now. We did what we came to do.
Found it.
It's not raining, which it was supposed to be originally. So good deal. Time to make a home. Big bag of food. Got some random MRE stuff from last time. Got a whole pack of tortillas for not fajitas, quesadillas. A whole bag of cheese. Chili mac. Straight up chili. It's all about chili. We got some rice we can put in the quesadillas. We're gonna make our own little creation. And somewhere in here, if we're lucky, oh, there's espresso, Frank. It's gold up here. Right here.
Fire starters.
Bag of fire starters. Military? Like directly over us. Oh, another one. It's like 500 feet above us.
Yeah, if we had a fire at night, they would have.
They would have known we are here.
Fire now.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
All about aviation this time around. That was cool. That was directly over top of us.
Couldn't have got any more.
No.
Over top.
No. So, fire. The ground is definitely wet, which is actually good because we're not worried about the fire spreading, but we kicked away everything best we could. We'll keep an eye on tonight.
I probably overloaded the crap out of it with wood.
Oh, you got flames. All right. Nice. That'll kick. We got the hammocks up so far, the Amoks. Now, they don't have the sleeping pads in it yet, but I'm getting there. But once we get the pads in it, they'll have a little more shape. We're going to try to pull off like a triangle 3-tree thing. Might be a little weird with the tarps, but we're hoping that there won't be rain tonight anyway. But we'll still put them up. But that's about where we're at. There it is. Got the new stove. It's like 15 bucks. BRS, whatever brand that is. Titanium, 25 grams. Small. And it's warm enough to use canister, so we're gonna do that. A little olive oil, a little cheese, a little tortilla. Get a little appetizer going. Nice. Salsa. Got some hot sauce over here. Chilling. Smush it.
I feel like we haven't eaten.
Yeah. Dude, we've had like 2 handfuls of trail mix and it's 4 o'clock. Alright, well, the stove's doing its job. It's a little extra crispy in the center, but I'll learn the hot spots. But it looks good to me. Ooh, yeah, that's hot.
Cheese
Cutting. Alright, that knife's working good.
Never used before.
Put a little salsa in it, so.
Alright, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's hot.
Wow, that's hot.
Yeah. Real food.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
That's delicious.
Oh yeah.
That works.
Alright.
It works.
I'm gonna make another one. So, Frank's got the fire popping. This is our shanty town over here. Overlapping tarps. A little crazy. We're not expecting rain, so still wanted to put the tarp up just in case we get a little precipitation in the middle of the night. We are up on top of a mountain. But looks a little tight, but we tested it. Once we get in, they're actually, Frank's is a little higher. Mine's a little lower. And we're both right under these 3 trees, which is awesome because this is a great spot, but there's not a ton of like clear open areas to put a hammock up, to be honest, just because of all these little saplings and stuff. But that looks pretty good, so I like that. We got fire, we got food. It's not even 5 o'clock. Plenty of time till that big round ball in the sky goes down. And yeah, I think we're just gonna make food and hang out and have fun. And cut wood. I mean, Frank's already almost through. I guess we were going to be getting into another tree tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Little can of Campbell's Chili Mac on the fire, heating up. Give that a stir every once in a while. Frank is going with Chili Mac as well, but he went with Mountain House. Or I'm sorry, he's going lasagna. He's got Chili Mac for later. He's got lasagna in the cooking bag there. And we just heated that up with the, I haven't brought this out in years, but this is my GSI kettle. It heats water up very quick. Cutting some wood.
As always.
Putting some work in. I think within 5 minutes his Chili Mac will be ready. Mine might be a little longer on the fire, but I got quesadillas in me, so we're good. We got the FM radio. I don't know if we're going to get any channels around here, to be honest, but we're going to give it a shot. So I think for the next hour or so, we're just going to see if we can find some classic rock on the old sand dune radio. Hang out, eat some food, stare at the fire, just reflect on the day. The birds are awake.
We beat them to it.
And so are we. Frank and I have actually been up since well before sunrise.
Since Friday afternoon.
Both woke up, stars were still out. But we said, we'll just stay up. So started building the fire and waiting for the sun to come out, which it's out now. Came up right over there. Fire kicked up again. Frank made a nice log cabin. It's cutting the wind down.
It's definitely not to enhance the fire at all.
Yeah, it's bushcraft, Frank. But we're gonna, I think we're gonna split. It's about 7-ish in the morning at this point. We're gonna split our favorite biscuits and gravy. We already measured out the appropriate amount of water last night to make sure that we definitely had that ready to go. So we'll throw that on the tea kettle, fire that up, make a little breakfast, and you know, then we'll probably break down, well, we'll definitely break down the tarps and the hammocks. They did good last night. It was a little chilly last night. A little bit of breeze coming up the ridge. We did fine, but it was cold this morning. It was cold. I don't know what it went down to, but it was cold, but it's warming up now.
Owl woke us up at about 2 a.m.
Yeah, there was an owl that was harassing us from 2 to 4 a.m. But
Would have loved it.
that's all right. A little nature never hurt. That's bushcraft, Frank.
That's what it is. Just in case this gets any ideas.
Yeah. Weight it down.
The wettest log.
A little stick. A little kettle. A little fire. Breakfast is served. Look good?
All-time favorite.
Oh yeah. Deal with that. Give us just enough energy to get out of here. Yep. On towards wherever we're getting our post-hike meal. Some sort of burger somewhere. Yeah. We're gonna try not to be lazy and go to Sheets.
It's so easy.
I mean, it could happen, but maybe we'll find a local joint. But for now, some lovely biscuits and gravy. Oh. Sausage biscuits and gravy.
Cheese.
Oh yeah, put a little cheese on that piece. Why not?
We gotta finish it off.
Extra calories. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
Okay. I didn't think I was hungry, but I can eat this. A little sunshine in my face. We'll be good to go. Somebody's plane going somewhere, Frank. I don't see them, but I certainly hear them. And we are on the way out. Campsite is all broken down. No trace has been left, other than maybe a nice little rack of firewood for the next person. And we're back on the District Line Trail. Sun is out, it's feeling good. No rain, love that.
No ghosts.
And we're just gonna head out the same way we came in. Oh, it's been steady uphill with our big old packs. And granted, we don't have all the water and food that we had yesterday, but it's still been quite a push. We're gonna take a layer off. I don't know what temp it is. I would guess maybe 40s, creep into the 50s. I mean, it feels like 70 to us. So we're gonna pop a layer off. That is for sure. We're back right now to the Big Beachy District Line intersection, which has a fond spot in my heart now. This is where we really started kind of focusing on getting to the plane and where we're going to camp. But we're back now, a little more uphill, but pretty soon we're going to be on what we've dubbed the Mossy Highway. That nice flat section is probably the most beautiful part of the trail and the easiest, but we're not quite there yet. So shed a layer, cool down, hydrate, maybe have a snack. I don't know. Although I am saving some calories for a burger. That's in my future. Oh, I could deal with regular hiking boots instead of winter boots, like at least at the moment. But going through that snow, I'm glad I have them.
These things are cooking.
But they're getting hot. Nothing like some steaming boots in the morning.
Oh, they're steaming. Steaming. Steaming.
Full circle. We are back to the Jeep. Mission complete. A little bit of snow has melted. It's not as deep as it was when we first got here, that's for sure. Feels pretty good out. Sun's out. We did everything we came to do. My last trip was a little bit of a train wreck, so I'm pretty happy. I couldn't ask for this trip to go any better, honestly. It was everything that I set out to do. I think Frank and I had a good time.
Weather was phenomenal.
Yeah, weather was phenomenal. You know, the tone was a little somber for this one, but we also had a good time and good food, good company, good weather. So I can't complain. Cranberry Wilderness is top notch. So thumbs up from me. I think that wraps it up. I'm pretty hungry. I haven't really eaten much today as usual. It is 12:09. So we're doing great on time. We're gonna go find ourselves a place to replace some calories. So till next time, I'm Syntax77, and right now it's cheeseburger time.